Hey guys, what's up? Welcome or welcome back to Moon Goddess Treasures. Today's video we are going to do a Dream Interpretation 101 video, and basically I am going to be explaining to you guys a dream that I once had that ultimately had a message for me, and that dream was a prophetic dream and it did come to pass. So if you're interested in this video, then continue watching. Alrighty guys, so I call this dream the werewolf dream. I am going to tell you guys the dream, and then I'm going to break down the symbolism, each part of what I felt as if the dream was telling me, and then I'm going to tell you how and why it ultimately, or what was the message that it was trying to tell me and how it came to pass. So let's start off with the setting. Alrighty, so in the setting took place at my grandfather's house, who at the time had already passed away. So I started off in the garage. From the garage, I then went to the hallway. Imagine one long hallway. So I am at the beginning of this hallway. At the end of the hallway, I then saw a werewolf. Now the mood of this dream was very dark, and it wasn't very lit, but ultimately I wasn't scared. For some reason I knew that this werewolf was not going to attack me or hurt me in any way. It ultimately just had a message for me. Now, the funny thing is though, as far as communicating goes, we weren't communicating by voice, we were communicating through our minds. So this is me, this is the werewolf. The werewolf then begins to tell me he has a message for me. And I then say, okay. He then tells me to follow him to one of the rooms that is in my grandfather's house. Now, this room is located in the middle of this hallway. So the werewolf begins to walk, and he tells me to follow him into this room. So I then follow him into the room. As we are in the room, I realize that, well, right now it's my cousin's room, but ultimately before it was my father's childhood room. So as we are in this room, he then tells me to follow him to the closet. I follow him to the closet. When I get into this closet, I then see a second werewolf. As I saw this second werewolf, one of the werewolves begins to tell me to choose one or the other, pick one. And I said, okay. So I picked one. As I picked one, the werewolf that I picked begins to stand up as if, like a human form. So he begins to stand up and he begins to unzip himself as if the werewolf was ultimately a mask or a costume type of thing. So he begins to unzip himself. As he unzips himself, I see a human form inside, and I wake up. That was the first night I had this dream, because, let me tell y'all, I ended up having this dream a second night in a row. Ultimately, because the first night I had this dream, I didn't really pay attention to it, or I didn't think anything of it, so I kind of, just brushed it off and was like, okay, like it wasn't really anything. So the next night I had this dream again, 2 times, exactly the same way it started, exactly the same message, exactly the same werewolf. Everything as I just explained to you in the first night was the same exact thing in the second night. So where did we leave off for the second night? So we left off as if the werewolf that I chose began to undress itself or unzip itself. As it unzipped itself, like I said, I saw a human form. Now, this human form ended up being my father. And as my father revealed himself, the other werewolf told me that I picked the wrong werewolf. And I woke up. So, let me backtrack a little bit, give you guys a little backstory as to what was going on in this point in time, and ultimately why I had this dream and what the message it was trying to tell me and how it came to pass. So at the time, we had just got word that my father had been cheating on my mother. So ultimately, we had a long discussion with our family, and my father denied it. And he told us, I'm your father, you all should believe me. I'm the one telling you the truth here. They're just trying to hurt us, all that stuff was basically what my father was trying to tell us. So, of course, us being a family, us not really wanting that kind of reality, we believed my father. This was before I had this dream, all right? The night that I had this dream, intuitively, I felt like it was telling me we shouldn't have believed my father, that we should have believed the other person's side of the story. So after I had this dream, let me tell y'all the symbolism actually first before I begin to tell y'all how it came to pass. So the symbolism in the dream, I didn't really have to look anything up because I kind of already knew what everything meant. So of course the setting of the dream was ultimately based on my father, and that something was trying to tell us something about him. So because this werewolf, and a werewolf actually means something isn't as it seems. So that's what a werewolf means. Now, that this werewolf led me into my father's childhood home and into the closet. A closet ultimately means secrets, like skeletons in your closet. So that's ultimately what a closet means. Now, the fact that there was, two werewolves, meaning there was two sides of the story. The werewolf told me to pick one, which, they did. My father told me to pick his side of the story, so I picked his side of the story. As he unzipped himself, as he portrayed who he really was, the other werewolf ultimately told me that I picked the wrong one. So basically, where do I go from here? So the werewolf, who I believe the other werewolf was ultimately, just spirit and intuition and, the other side, like I said, just the other side of the story. So like I said, I woke up from this dream intuitively feeling like as if we should have believed the other person, or we shouldn't have come so quick as to believe our father, So like I said, I then began to tell my mom about this dream. And after I told her about this dream, she kind of intuitively knew as well. But of course, being in that situation, you just don't want to face that kind of reality. So ultimately, you're denying it. Now, I don't know how we ended up finding out that indeed my father was cheating on my mother, but we found out. So that's how that dream came to pass. And that's how I knew intuitively, instinctively that, this change in our life was going to occur. So yeah, you guys, I mean, dreams they can reveal the truth to you. They can tell you hidden messages about something or some situation going on in your life. If you're seeking for truth, if you're seeking for answers, dreams can do that ultimately. I know, because like I said, I've had it happen to me. I've had it happen multiple times with multiple situations. And if you guys would like, I can actually tell you way more dreams that I've had before in the past that have had a message in them for me, prophetically and emotionally, both, and how they came to pass. This was just one dream that I've always remembered and has always been with me, because like I said, it opened up a whole new world for us. And so yeah, you guys, that was that part of that dream that I had. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. And just like I said, if you're interested in more of these story time videos as far as Dream Interpretation 101 series goes, then just let me know, because like I said, I have way more dreams I could let y'all guys know, and way more situations in my life that had happened that I've gotten the answers through my dreams. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I haven't posted in, I think, like 6 days or like a week or something. But these past few days I have been suffering from migraines and from dizziness because I am 26 weeks pregnant. So I am hitting the third and final trimester. Yay! Can't wait, super excited. Hitting the third and final trimester, so dizziness and headaches, migraines all come to play in the third trimester. So I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to be doing my best to continue putting out videos for you, continue putting out videos for you guys. I can't talk right now. Yeah, that is ultimately why I haven't put one up in a couple days. Actually starting to have a headache as we speak. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. Y'all mean the world to me. And I will see y'all in my next video.